Good morning. It's me again, Jinsia. This morning I'm not going to show you anything. I'm going to talk about something that is meaningful to me. It's a poem that I read from um, William Arthur Ward. Okay, it's a very meaningful poem because it's called "To Risk." Therefore, I think, especially in these times, we're all a bit afraid of taking risks, more so if it's later in life, as it has been with me. I never really took a risk for myself before. I've taken many risks in my life, but usually it's been for others. I've never taken the time to take risks which were simply for me, or to make things pleasant for me, or just enjoyable. But I may, I don't know, be the same for lots of other people. But for me, it was very particular. All the things that I've gone through in my life. I mean, I've lived a very, very full, exciting even life. But a lot of sadness has run through it since I was a child. Anyway, enough of that. This poem, which I'm going to read out to you, okay, and then perhaps at the end give a little more in depth explanation. I'm going to pick up the paper and I'm going to try and put it in front of me so that I can read it out to you. I haven't memorized it. You need to give me a break for that. Okay. So if my eyes shift, it's only because I'm reading from the pages. Okay. So please bear with me. So to start, to laugh is to risk appearing a fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach out to another is to risk involvement. To expose feelings is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas and dreams before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To hope is to risk despair. To try is to risk failure. Risks must be taken because the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The person who risks nothing does nothing, has nothing, is nothing. He may avoid suffering and sorrow. He cannot learn, feel, change, grow, or live. Chained by his or her servitude, he is a slave who has forfeited all freedom. Only a person who risks is free. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change, and the realist adjusts his sails. So it's a case of which one are you? I think that, especially now, I've become more of a realist. I've adjusted my sails. This is why I took my biggest risk at the age of 70, which is what I am now, adding a few months to that. And I took a risk for me, simply to have faith in myself for a change and not simply go by what I thought others would say, family, friends, anyone close to me. So, yeah, I took my risk and I became a mature model at the age of 70. Okay. I'm still very nervous about having done that. But I realize that life is a gift, and therefore I'm going to be able to live my life just for me this time. So I'm taking the risk. When you see this video, you may think, what's she doing? She's too old. Maybe I am. Probably I am. I don't feel old. That's why I'm also talking about it. I feel that I've reached a point where I'm confident in who I am. I can speak my mind. Sometimes I can be brutally honest. And sometimes I can also be very emphatic, and I'll sort of, you know, paint the truth a little bit. The last thing I've ever wanted and ever done is to hurt anyone willingly, purposely. It's not about that. It's about being true to yourself. And sometimes you have to be brutally honest because whomever you're talking to can rely on what you have to say. Maybe they've given you a confidence, and if you don't want to hurt their feelings, then you may tell them something that's not realistic. Trust me, that will hurt them in the end. So you can soften the truth. You can bend the truth or bend a lie a little bit so that you're speaking from the heart, but you're not hurting them. That's the last thing you want to do. Friends are precious. I think friends are more precious than family sometimes because families, such as children, you sacrifice your life for them, you raise them to the best of your abilities, and then you know they're going to grow up and go their own way, which leaves you alone again. But your friends, if they're true friends, will always be with you, which means you don't have to be in their pockets or they in yours, but you're friends because you've opened your heart to them and they love you and respect you for who you are, not someone that you've pretended to be. I've never pretended to be someone else, but I've allowed myself to be manipulated by things that were happening around me, the needs of family above all else. And that's all well and good. But now, had I not met my wonderful, wonderful partner, whom I love dearly, and that was thanks to my daughter pushing me to go online on a dating site. Did you believe it? I did. And I'm not sure what the English wording is when you have to, I don't know, look through all the rubbish to get to something good. Sorry, I think you know what I mean, but I can't remember what the saying is. That's what I did. And that's where I met the love of my life. I met him at, well, just before my 60th birthday. So we've been together 9 full years, and we'll be going into our 10th year. And something wonderful is going to happen. Okay, but had he not been there, I would probably have crumbled. I would have had my daughter. I did have my son. I still have my daughter, thankfully, 2 beautiful grandchildren. And now I also have a dream, my bucket list dream. And I hope and pray that I will be able to make that dream come true. I know it takes time, but if any casting directors are watching this, I'm not afraid to be in front of a camera, okay? I am what I am. I am me, true to myself. And yeah, I can be a bit of a drama queen. But more than anything, I love people and always go out of my way to see a smile on people's faces. So I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope you enjoyed the poem. It still means so very much to me because I really am going to live that risk and do the best that I can in any way that I can. So thank you so much for spending your precious time with me, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I will be doing more videos with obviously the jewelry and clothing and things like that because I do have to promote myself to please my agents, okay? But this was just for me. So thanks very much. And I'm going to have to turn my eyes away because, as some of you may know by now, I never know where the stop thing is. So excuse me while I find it. Ha ha ha! I found it. Bye for now.